Welcome to Cooking Like Cali. I'm your host, Cali. We're gonna be cooking my famous spicy seafood pasta today. I'll have all the ingredients at the end, so if you can't keep up, you can always fast forward, go back, we can do that. We're gonna start by chopping up our vegetables. We have a whole onion. I'm not gonna use the whole onion. I say about a half. I'll use that for last because it's gonna make me cry. I have every color bell pepper. We're gonna use about half of each. I have my water boiling already for the pasta because I suck at remembering to start my water. We're gonna chop up the bell peppers, of course. I already washed them. Make sure you wash them. I hate watching videos. Nobody's actually washing their vegetables. So I use mine more so like fajita style. So if you want to cut them up diced or if you want to use frozen, you can. I love fresh vegetables. That's the only way I cook. So just chop them up nicely. They don't have to be perfect. You're gonna saute them down anyway. I have a clean bowl here. We're gonna use that bowl for our vegetables. And then after that, we're gonna cut up the sausage. I have some homemade chicken sausage and it's smoked sausage. So you have a smoked chicken sausage. You can use whatever sausage you want. I like andouille sausage, but this is special. So once you finish chopping up all of your bell peppers, you'll chop up, of course, your sausage. I'm not gonna bore you. You'll see everything's cut up. I want you to see the inside of this sausage because he is the bomb at making homemade sausage. I would suggest you go to your local meat market, whatever you use, that's cool. But if you want to get it, my friend, I'll have his information at the end and you can order from him too because I know he ships now. So let's open this up. You can see the inside of it. Can you see it? You see it? That's homemade sausage and it's already smoked. So I usually chop up my sausage. I want to say, I don't know, I'm not very good at that, but maybe about a quarter of an inch and chop up. It's about a pound of sausage. I have a pound of Gulf shrimp that I've already cleaned. I have a 16 ounce of crawfish that is already cleaned as well. And they're in the fridge, so I'm gonna throw this in there. Once we're done with the vegetables and cutting up the sausage, we're gonna saute the vegetables down in a little olive oil butter. I love butter, so whichever one you prefer. After that, we'll start with the actual Alfredo sauce. Once you finish chopping up your vegetables, you can start your pan. You're gonna put it on like a medium. You don't want them to scorch and you don't want them to cook too fast to where they're still hard. You want them to saute down really good. I know a lot of people don't like crunchy vegetables in a pasta. So once everything is chopped up, I still have a little bit of sausage, but this is, let's say this is the shrimp and this is the crawfish. Use fresh shrimp. Do not use frozen shrimp. It doesn't have any flavor. I never see why people cook with frozen seafood. It doesn't smell good to me and it doesn't taste good either. So I'm going to turn the heat on my pan. It's like a really nice skillet. This is an electric stove. It's kind of hard to tell because you can't see the heat, but range between the highest and the lowest and kind of go in between them both. I start out with a little extra virgin olive oil. I have all my seasonings. I don't use regular salt. It's pink Himalayan salt, and I've started using some different seasonings. We have the garlic, we have the spicy, and we have the everything seasoning, and those are all from Flavor God. Let's get our vegetables. The vegetables are gonna start to saute on their own. You'll start to hear them once the vegetables are already sauteed. We're gonna go ahead and start the back pan as well because I'm gonna use a separate pan. This can actually be a one pan pasta, but since we're making a video and not everybody can cook fast and everything, let's separate it. We have our boiling for our pasta here. I'm gonna actually add some olive oil in there as well and a little pink Himalayan salt. Like, you wanna always salt your water for pasta or your pasta is gonna be bland. So we're gonna add a little olive oil on that pan as well. And we're gonna start with the sausage. We are going to saute our sausage because it takes nothing for the shrimp to be done. So again, we're gonna go about halfway and we're good. All right, we're gonna go ahead and throw the sausage in there. It's not gonna take forever. I'd rather just have them done. They're already smoked, so you're not worried about if they're already cooked. They're cooked sausage. Now, if you get some sausage that's completely raw, make sure you cook them all the way through before you put them in your actual pasta. And then once we see that they're being sauteed, we'll add the vegetables into with the sausage. I finished chopping the onion. I know you guys didn't want to see me cry. So we have onion, we have the 3-color bell pepper, tri-color bell pepper, and they're all sauteing in the same pan. If you could be here, it smells amazing, but I'm gonna show you the ingredients for the actual Alfredo sauce. I make my Alfredo sauce from scratch, and I know I see a lot of recipes for Alfredo sauce, but the only difference in mine, I use cream cheese. It makes it so cheesy, and you're supposed to use strictly Parmesan cheese. I put the Parmesan cheese in, but I also use Italian cheese. Italian cheese, I just like cheesy pasta. Like, I don't like dry pasta. Make sure it's cheesy. We're gonna do heavy whipping cream and 1 stick of butter. In the same pan that you started the vegetables with, you're gonna start with 1 stick of butter, let it melt down, and then we're gonna add an entire block of cream cheese. Once the cream cheese has cooked together and we got like a melted aroma going on, we're gonna whisk it and slowly add the heavy whipping cream. So here we go. And make sure it's butter, not margarine, butter. And I use the sweet, let's say, it's actually salted. It's salted sweet cream butter. Don't use the unsalted. I like salted. It adds extra flavor. Once the butter is completely melted, there's a few onions left in there. That's gonna be good. Let that butter melt. Get your cream cheese and add your cream cheese in. Do not just sit your cream cheese in there and let it go. If you leave it, it's gonna burn or it's just gonna sit there. Again, keep tossing around your vegetables and your sausage. You want them to cook down all together. We're gonna open up our cream cheese. An entire block of cream cheese. The butter is like, it's damn near done. So once you have a full stick of butter melted, we're gonna add, and get dirty. I mean, it's your kitchen. Make sure your hands are always washed. I keep a towel. Drop that cream cheese in there. So I have a whisk. The whisk is when we start adding our heavy whipping cream. We're not gonna add that yet. We're gonna let this kind of cook down. So move that cream cheese around, same way you did the butter, so that it'll kind of break down. You can get in there and break it down yourself. Makes everything a little bit faster. Like I said, this pasta would usually be a 1-pan pasta, but I'm gonna do 2, and then our pasta is gonna be in its own pan. And I'm using a double boiler, therefore you can already have your water boiling on its own. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just breaking the cream cheese down so you don't have to be all day, but it's gonna melt, like it's gonna melt itself down. You can see our sausage, it's looking really good. You're gonna see why I saute everything down, because with a homemade pasta sauce, you just want the sauce to have its own flavor, but once you add everything, it's gonna be full of flavor. I always kind of figured if you cook something, it's gonna bring the flavor out. So now that we have the cream cheese and the butter kind of melted down together, we're gonna start slowly. Don't add all of it together because it's gonna take too long for it to break it down. And I'm using a whisk because it's still breaking down some of the cream cheese. By the way, that sausage smells amazing. I'm gonna use the garlic seasoning. I'm gonna use a little bit of the spicy seasoning. I like spicy food. Spicy is not for everybody. And the everything seasoning. Their everything seasoning is pretty cool too. I didn't add any salt. You don't need any salt. You don't want to over season it. You can always add, you cannot take away. Now, you can actually see your Alfredo coming together. Only thing I haven't added is the cheese. I wanted to make sure the cream cheese was broken down before I added more cheese. So now we'll add the Italian cheese. Am I gonna use the whole thing? Of course I am, because I want it to be cheesy. Now that's up to you. You don't have to, but I am. Especially because I'm gonna use the whole heavy whipping cream. When I get close to getting my seafood together, I'll go ahead and add my pasta into the water. Like I said, I've salted the water and put some oil in the water. This is penny pasta. It's 2 pounds of pasta. It's 2 pounds of pasta. I'll see how it looks when it gets in the water. That's one. I probably use about 1.5. I don't want to overdo the pasta. I suck at boiling pasta. I'm not very good at boiling pasta, so whatever. It says 11 minutes. While that's going, I'm gonna put a timer on because I'm horrible. I'm horrible at that. Don't forget your sauce. And you'll be able to see like it starts sticking together. That's real sauce. We have a little bit more heavy whipping cream to go. Continue to whisk it. Our sausages are looking really good. You want to season your seafood. Do not just put bland seafood in, but we're gonna grab the seafood and bring it over here. Again, that's about a pound, a little over a pound of Gulf shrimp and crawfish. The crawfish you don't need to season because it already has a really good taste to it. I'm gonna add that directly to my sausage. Then put your shrimp directly on top of it. Once the shrimp is in there, add a little bit of the seasoning. I would say use the everything seasoning, or if you're not using the Flavor God seasoning, I would say my go-tos are garlic powder, onion powder, cayenne pepper because I like spicy food, paprika. Paprika is a must, but the everything seasoning has the paprika in it, so that's what we're gonna use too. And you're not cooking it down, the sausage is done. The sausage is done. I'm really just adding the shrimp to the actual sausage. Now, if you have your shrimp in the pan already, just start moving your shrimp around with the sausage. It does not take long for shrimp and seafood to cook. Do not overcook it. Do not overcook it. It's still gonna go inside your pasta sauce. We're gonna turn the oven on because I did bring just some regular store-bought garlic bread to go with the pasta. You're gonna lay those out. I believe they're cooked about 10 minutes as well, so that's around the same time as the pasta. Just lay them out on the pan. It doesn't have to be a fancy pan, just something that will not stick. Our pasta is cooking. You never just leave your pasta. I know I'm not very good at cooking pasta. That's why I bought this thing. I think it's perfect because you can pull it out. I always tend to burn myself cooking pasta, so move your pasta around, make sure it's not sticking. There's oil in here, so the oil really helps it from sticking anyway. But again, if it's just sitting, they're all gonna stick together anyway. So make sure you have enough water. You want about that much water over your pasta. Now you can see the shrimp are starting to get a little pink. I don't want them to cook all the way down because they're also gonna cook inside of our Alfredo sauce. And our Alfredo sauce is done. I'm gonna turn it down. You don't want it to keep cooking to where it gets a different consistency. I like a cheesy sauce. You can see that. You see that? You see that? You can't smell it, but it smells amazing. Let's turn our sauce down. I say to about a 2 or a 3. If it's electric, if it's not electric, medium low. Not low to where it's just a simmer, but low to where it's still cooking. You want it to still be cooking because you're gonna add your shrimp and you want it to be like, you know, actually cooked. You don't want to eat raw shrimp. Now that our Alfredo is at a consistency, we don't do milky Alfredo. Like it has to have some stretch to it. You see my water? Do you see that? I'm not scared. Now, you might say I added too much water, but it's better to have too much than for my pasta to be sticking. We're gonna turn off this back burner and add the entire pan into our pasta. You don't have to do it all at once. Just kind of add it in there little by little, and you want all of it. You want the seasonings that's coming from it, everything. Get it all out the pan. Everything, those onions. So mix that around. This is where you get the Cajun part of it. When you have sausage, especially the good smoked sausage, you're gonna get a Cajun like taste, and that's when it starts to get a little red in your sauce. My pasta's over here telling me it's ready to come out. Let's see. They always say, well, for spaghetti, you're supposed to be able to throw it against the wall and it sticks. I don't know about none of that, but I'll pull one out, try it. We're almost there, almost. It's not rubbery, and it's not too chewy. So once you got your shrimp in there, you can turn it up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Don't turn it up too high because you don't want it to scorch. So the pasta is just about done. I'm gonna grab my chafing dish for my pasta and I'm gonna put my bread in the oven. It's preheated, we're good to go. Bread's in there. I'm using the same timer. I'll turn it up to about 10, 11. The bread will be done. The pasta is pretty much done. You don't want to overcook your pasta either because your sauce is going to be hot and it's still going to cook your pasta. So if you go and you put some super cooked pasta, it's going to be gummy. So I'm going to grab my bowls and we're going to start plating some things. Now that our pasta is done, I have it draining right over that's the double boiler. The magic of a double boiler. You don't have to bring it to the sink. You don't have to burn yourself. But what I do is I always add butter at the bottom of a chafing dish. If I'm gonna put it in there, I'm not putting it in the oven or anything like that. You can, but I'm not. I'm gonna take just a little butter, say about 2 tablespoons, and just add it to the bottom of the pan. Then I'm gonna go grab my pasta real quick, take that hot pasta, and you put it in there. You're gonna need a spoon, of course. Oh, just let it fly. You're gonna need a spoon to break that butter up. Don't forget your sauce over here. That sauce is cooking and it smells amazing in here. You can grab your same pasta spoon. That butter's gonna melt quick, but it's gonna keep that pasta from being all sticky. And I got some different wine. Probably gonna be trying a lot of different wines. I figure pasta, you drink wine. This is nasty, but I haven't eaten, so this is perfect for me right now. But again, I have fresh parsley, so I can cut up some of the fresh parsley. That goes on top after you do everything else. It's still the same as a garnish, and you're gonna get some of your, I know I'm using the same, let me get another knife. You don't need a huge knife. You kind of want to tear the leaves off. I've already washed it, so again, we'll just chop, and it smells so good. Like, when you use the dried parsley, you don't smell anything. It just smells like, I don't even know. It's pretty, but it doesn't smell like anything. To get the actual flavor of parsley, use fresh parsley. Trust me, thank me later. Thank me later, I promise you. Let's grab this pasta sauce. All right, I grabbed the Parmesan cheese and just act like you're at Olive Garden or something and just go for what you know. I love cheese. Of course, our pasta sauce is full of cheese, but add the cheese on top, on everything. We're not baking this pasta. You don't want to overcook it. You don't want to do all that. You don't need to. Put that cheese on there. That's dirty now. I already cut up the parsley. Add some of that fresh parsley on top. That looks good. I don't want to overdo it. Like I said, I don't know. Yes, yes, my friends are here. Let's eat. So, just to make it cute, if you're cooking for people, I always feel like, you know, cute dishes, wine glasses. My hands are clean. You know, we got some in-between time. Just line your bread up. All right. Just so I don't burn myself. But if you're cooking for friends, again, make it cute. Get you some cute plates. I think I paid a couple dollars for some of these things. You never know. But I always have like little parties and we always cook and you'll be able to see it. And I did not burn them. I didn't burn it. I just like crispy bread, but it's the cheesy garlic bread. So here we go. I'm gonna put everything in the sink and then you'll be able to see everything together. How good does that look? I know I said this wine was nasty, but hey, the bottle's really pretty. I wonder if I'm gonna reuse this bottle. It's glass. A lot of times I get corks and I have to drink the whole bottle of wine because, hey, I don't know how to put the cork back in there. And I'm too cheap to buy the reusable corks. And there you have it. We have a spicy seafood pasta with chicken sausage, smoked chicken sausage, and garlic bread. So we're done. Anastasia is here to eat.
I am.
She asked me, was I gonna serve her? No, you serve yourself. You serve yourself.
Give me the spoon.
I'm gonna serve myself. I know everybody like, ooh, let's see.
It looks good. It looks good. It smells good.
And I put the cheese over here, you know, because a lot of people like cheese like me. You can add it on your own bowl. I don't want to be extra in everybody else's bowl. Let's see. Yes. That's really good. No, that's really, really good. No, I'm supposed to be talking, but it's like really good. So, and I'm hungry. It's good. It's from scratch too, y'all. Yes. Now, one thing I say, everything or the spice. I like my food spicy, but I knew my brother was coming. He's slowing me up. He doesn't really like too spicy food, so I add my own spices at the end too. You can add some to the top of your own. Try it. You like spicy food. Yeah, I don't know why he don't like spicy food like that. But me, I put some spicy on anything.
As long as it has flavor. Because it's the difference between having just being hot and having at least some flavor to it.
That's why I like these seasonings though.
So you don't really have to like season it. It won't be spicy.
Okay, so at the end of the video, we'll have the ingredients. I'll give you somewhat some measurements. And let me know what you want to see me cook. Let me know what you like to eat. Let me know what you're having trouble. I'll talk back and forth to you guys. I'll answer whatever questions that you have. But yeah, if you guys want to see me cook something different, something that I've cooked for you before. I know a lot of people, I've cooked for probably everybody. But this isn't my healthy food. This is my soul. Like this is my heart. Sorry, I'm gonna hit my camera. So yeah, y'all are gonna see every Thursday. Make sure you tune in. Every Thursday, I'm gonna do a new dish. In between time, you might catch me at the grocery store. I eat out a lot. And this is one of my corporates. They're always like, girl, come on, let's go eat. And I'm like, all right, let's go eat. But I love to cook. So I'm a big critic on other people's cooking. So you might see us on some live videos, sometimes going out to eat or whatever. So let me thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for coming to eat with me.
No problem.
We're probably gonna do a guest every week. Make sure you tune in every single week. We're gonna have a different recipe, and in between time, you'll catch me out. I might go eat somewhere else and let somebody else cook for me. But again, make sure you subscribe and like the page. And cooking like Cali. I'm Cali. You want to cook like me? Welcome to my kitchen. Let's eat.
Y'all need to eat like this.
Yes.
Cook like this.
And drink. Let's be merry. But again, we're gonna have different guests. We're gonna have a good time. Like, this is how I cook for real. So, thank you.